Hi everyone, and welcome to Lesson 9, Functions, Explore and Investigate. So in this lesson, we're going to use appropriate vocabulary such as function and function call to describe and declaring the declaring and calling of functions. We're going to trace the flow of execution, meaning we're going to look at the code and kind of see where it's or how actually it's working in sequential order, and then when is it driven by a function, meaning it's going to work in sequential order, top down, and then we're going to look for whether or not a function is called, and then we'll skip or move down to wherever that function is, execute what's in that function, and then go back up or go to wherever we left off and continue working down our code. And we'll show you as we go through this lesson in code.org. We're going to describe ways a function can call, or when a function is called, how it interrupts the flow of what I just said as far as sequential order, and then how we can modify our programs so that it can declare and call functions accordingly. So think about patterns and repeated text. That's basically all a function is doing. It's taking a chunk of code that can be repeated multiple times and using that and calling upon it in areas throughout our code. So think of it as basically a chunk of information just waiting to be called. We create the function, and ultimately, if it's never called, it's never going to be part of our code in terms of it's never going to be executed. It's never going to be performed. It's just waiting there. So we create that function, and whether or not we call upon it, which we should if we're going to code it, we're going to call upon it either once, twice, multiple times throughout our code. And it's just so that way we don't have to recode or copy and paste the same code over and over again. We just create basically I call it a chunk of code separate from all the other code that we have. So it's got to use a function, and you'll see what it looks like in block coding, or you'll see what it looks like in text, and you'll call upon it whenever you need it to. But if you never call upon it, it's never going to actually work inside of your program. So welcome to functions.